So, Stanley Kubrick is a masterful director. So, I thought I should do a series of reviews of some of his movies on my channel. Let's start with a video on Full Metal Jacket. So, the movie is set in the Vietnam War and it was released in 1987. The movie follows the characters through the harsh conditions they face in boot camp in the first half, and then the violence that happens in the actual war in the second half. And it shows the dehumanizing effects of war. And I was particularly moved by the characters in this movie, and I would like to focus on them for most of this video. I'm going to focus on Private Joker, Private Pyle, and Drill Sergeant Hartman. Private Joker was the main protagonist of the movie. He was played by Matthew Modine, and he was a young man who became leader of his squad during boot camp. After boot camp, he was deployed in Vietnam as a military journalist. Private Joker was a very intelligent and insightful person. He saw that the war had no real purpose, and this gave him a sarcastic sense of humor. This is why the drill sergeant gave him the nickname Private Joker. He felt compassionate and loyal to his squad, but he also felt conflicted and uncomfortable about some of the things he had to do, like kill a wounded enemy. The second character I'd like to consider is Private Pyle, played by Vincent D'Onofrio. Private Pyle was one of Private Joker's squad members in boot camp. Private Pyle was vulnerable and not intellectually capable of handling boot camp. He didn't understand the rules, and this led to him being picked on by the drill sergeant and his squad mates. This led to him becoming very psychologically disturbed, and unfortunately, he ended up committing suicide. Now, the next character we're going to talk about is by far the most iconic character in this movie, Drill Sergeant Hartman, played by R. Lee Ermey. He was a brutal, harsh drill sergeant, and he left a huge impact on the characters in this movie. His harsh treatment was meant to toughen them up and turn them into killing machines. And he is really great at swearing. If I got a subscriber every time he swore creatively, I'd be the next PewDiePie. And Drill Sergeant Hartman wants to dehumanize the soldiers in boot camp so they can do horrific things in war. Now, this is a very compelling movie, but it's definitely not for everyone. And I don't rewatch it a lot. It's quite disturbing and very unsettling. One of the reasons that I find this movie quite unsettling is because it takes stuff that you find humorous while you're watching the movie, things that the soldiers have to do during boot camp. But then, after you finish the movie and you sit down and think about it, you realize that it's actually very disturbing things, and it's all to do with the dehumanizing effects that war has on people. Full Metal Jacket is a classic Vietnam War movie by an iconic director. It is an uncomfortable movie that provokes thought, and for that reason, if you haven't seen Full Metal Jacket, I recommend you go out and watch it.